day starts early. My driver and I arrive at the depot around 3:30 a.m. where we briefly catch up with the other guys after the weekend. After clocking in at 3:45 a.m., we check the truck and driver board before picking up our paper copy of the day's run sheet, vehicle keys, and the keys to the bins and padlocks we will be using on our route, in preparation for the day ahead. The pre-drive vehicle inspection is carried out. The oil, water, and drive belts are inspected and any signs of damage under the hood is looked for. All wheels are checked to ensure they are inflated, have good tread and wheel nuts are secure. The lights on the truck are inspected to ensure they are all operating correctly. The truck is fired up, warmed up, onboard computers logged on and tested before we roll out for the day and start flipping some bins.
Be really careful with plastic bins because they, the ability to flip them, is very high.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you're in a lot of trouble.
Today was a public holiday. Although we had 90 jobs scheduled, not all locations were accessible. Some businesses let the company know in advance but others did not. The sites we visited where jobs could not be completed due to access issues were logged through the onboard computer and photos were taken through the cameras fitted on the truck. Despite the fewer pickups, we will still need to tip off twice today as we navigate our way around the city.
So I'm going to take a photo, see how overfull this one is in the beside it. I'm taking a photo of this on the computer to say that it's overfull.
Along with using the onboard computer to log jobs that cannot be picked up, the computer can also log pickups which are overfull or dangerous to complete, such as this example. After taking the photo using the cameras fitted to the truck, the bin was emptied. It will be up to the admin staff back at the depot to decide whether this client will pay extra for today's pickup or maybe need a bigger bin if this is an ongoing problem. The buzzer which is going off in the cab of the truck indicates the canopy which covers and protects the cab is not positioned in a safe driving state.
Sorry about your headlights, that's irrelevant.
This is because it is currently being flipped to tip what was spilled on it into the back of the truck from this overfull bin and overhead tree.
Probably the best things you'll get will be in the mirror. That's the more modern version. That's the same as Tristan's truck.
The siren which is going off in the cab of the truck is a warning there may be a fire in the hopper. In this case it is a false alarm, caused through the dust from within this bin being emptied.
And 620 kilos. They already have an expanded limit of 500 and it's always over 500 kilos. So that over there, that's the municipal stuff that gets sent coming down the shredder. So they dump it and then shred it.
After cleaning out the truck, we head back to the yard and park up just after midday, having completed our route. Day 2. The driver and I arrive at the depot, 1 hour later than our first day, at 4:30 am. The depot is empty with the other crews already out, flipping bins. We grab our keys, complete our pre-drive inspection of the truck before firing it up and hitting the road. We will have a 1 hour drive ahead of us before our first job. This late arrival is by design, as today we are heading into the 𝗣𝗿𝘁. Here there are a number of bins which have time curfews, meaning they cannot be emptied due to noise restrictions until later in the day, usually after 7 am. If we arrive in the area too early, we may end up needing to park up and wait to empty the bins, wasting time, or double backing on our jobs, wasting both fuel and time.
There's just shitloads of.
The problem with all these little bits of paper is the risk they will blow out of the truck as we drive along, polluting the environment and could cause complaints from motorists or property owners. Even with the lid closed, suction may draw them out of the hopper. JJ's dumpsters are as iconic as the company itself. Standing out from the rest, you can easily spot a JJ's dumpster, made from hot-dip galvanized steel, and left unpainted. This material provides corrosion resistance and is especially important for outdoor use. Some lids are also made from steel, but most commonly seen these days are lids made from hard durable polyethylene plastic. Their trucks are as iconic as their bins. JJrichards has their own in-house manufacturing and engineering division based on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Here they manufacture their own bins and truck bodies. Having everything in-house allows for unique customized solutions for their waste management needs, from IT solutions and computer software to how the trucks operate and function. For example, they engineer and build the front load bodies to the maximal allowable height and use low-profile tires on their large trucks to not waste an inch. JJrichards & Sons was established in 1932 by Joseph John Richards. After 93 years in business, it remains family managed and is one of the largest privately owned waste management companies in Australia. Now trading as JJ's Waste and Recycling, the company has come a long way since the early days, with operations throughout Australia, New Zealand, and more recently in the United States of America. JJ's Waste has a fleet of over 1,800 vehicles and employs over 2,000 people. They offer services to over 110,000 commercial clients, and conducts 2.5 million domestic garbage, recycling, sanitary, and green waste collection services per week.
I was going to say, if you don't have the bin out, I'm going to be pissed. So you can see why I don't want to be doing this at like 6:15. Unless they've got somewhere really specific they want you to tip, so slot yourself in wherever.
With all our pickups completed, we arrive at the landfill where we will tip off the waste we have collected today. Using walkie-talkie radios, truck drivers can communicate with those working on the tip face, who can in turn direct vehicles to where they would like them to unload.
Where do you want the front lift, mate?
Light rifle shot now, thanks.
No problems.
Thanks for the pictures, Scotty.
Bye, mate.
With our truck unloaded, it is time to clean out the body before we head back home to the depot. Maintaining the truck is important to ensure it stays in top operational condition. This includes cleaning out waste that gets caught behind the packer blade. Material can build up and cause damage to the hydraulic rams or stop the blade from fully retracting. It is easier to do this task daily with a small amount of rubbish build-up than it would be with a large amount of old waste. It is also courtesy to clean out the truck because back at the depot, maintenance staff may need to access the truck to run repairs, and no one wants a smelly rubbish truck parked up in the yard. Day 2 complete. As we leave the landfill, there is a 1-hour drive ahead of us before we arrive back at the depot. Along the way we will fuel up ready for the next day. When we get back to the depot, we will use the truck washing bay to clean the cab and body of the truck to remove the dust which built up along the country roads today. Keeping the truck looking good and presentable is important to the organization's brand and is part of the duties of the driver.